Hi, Tywayne. I am reading you the Unit 5 modified test. Question number 1. What does Douglas call his pathway from slavery to freedom? Is it option 1, escaping from the Ald's home, option 2, winning over Sophia Ald, or option 3, learning to read and write? Question number 2. Why does Douglas state that education and slavery were incompatible with each other? Option 1. Slaves did not need an education to perform the work required by their masters. Option 2. There wasn't time for slaves to go to school. They had too much work to do. Option 3. Being educated meant that slaves might question their existence and try to escape. Question number 3. What is the reason for Sophia Ald's transformation? Option 1, she becomes lazy when Douglas is around to do her work for her. Option 2, she becomes cruel with her irresponsible powers of owning another person. And option 3, her husband is very abusive towards her. Question number 4. Why does Douglas say that slavery is dangerous for slave owners? Option 1, slave owners became power hungry and were angry at slaves. They then treated them poorly all the time. Option 2, slaves needed to learn to read and slave masters proved themselves to be cruel by preventing learning. Or option 3, people are not meant to own other human beings. It takes away their humanity. Question number 5. Once Douglas learns to read, he writes, "It had given me a view of my wretched condition without the remedy. It opened my eyes to the horrible pit, but no ladder upon which to get out. In moments of agony, I envied my fellow slaves for their stupidity. I have often wished myself a beast. I preferred the condition of the meanest reptile to my own. Anything, no matter what, to get rid of thinking. It was this everlasting thinking of my condition that tormented me." Question is, what has Douglas now realized? Option 1, reading made him understand his situation and thinking about it torments him. Option 2, it would have been better to not learn to read because reading distracts him from his work. Or option 3, slavery makes him feel too empathetic towards his masters. Question number 6. Which was not a major political factor in the tensions that led to the Civil War? Option 1, the Dred Scott decision. Option 2, the Missouri Compromise. Option 3, the Teapot Dome scandal. Question number 7. Lincoln's short speech begins with the words 407 years ago. The word score comes from an old Norwegian word meaning 20. What other famous document does Lincoln allude to in the first sentence of his speech? Option 1, the Declaration of Independence. Option 2, the Articles of Confederation. Option 3, the United States Constitution. Question number 8. In the Gettysburg Address, Lincoln says, "This ground has been consecrated by the men who struggled here." What is the meaning of consecrated? Is it option 1, made sacred or holy? Option 2, desecrated or violated? Or option 3, stolen? Question number 9. Lincoln composed most of the address on the train en route to Gettysburg, writing it down on the back of an envelope. Option 1, true. Option 2, false. Question number 10. Realism is a literary movement that focuses on everyday life, events, and people. Option 1, true. Option 2, false. Question number 11. Realism is a departure from, which means different from, Romanticism in that option 1, Romanticism focuses on emotion and nature, while realism focuses on portraying life truthfully. Option 2, Romanticism focuses on portraying life positively, while realism focuses on portraying life negatively. Or option 3, Romanticism focuses on fantasy and the supernatural, while realism focuses on glorifying war. Question number 12. How is the notorious jumping frog of Calaveras County a frame story? Option 1, the narrator tells a story about Mark Twain. Option 2, the protagonist, Jim Smiley, is framed by the stranger. Option 3, Simon Wheeler tells the story about a man named Jim Smiley. Question number 13. How does Twain depict the West in the Jumping Frog? Option 1, as a dangerous place. Option 2, as a very sophisticated place. Option 3, as a boring place. Question number 14. Jumping Frog is a good example of regionalism because of all except Option 1, it explores the supernatural. Option 2, it contains accurate dialect. Or Option 3, it portrays a real place. Question number 15. What is the tone of Twain's The Notorious Jumping Frog of Calaveras County? Is it Option 1, angry and bitter? Option 2, humorous and satirical? Or Option 3, somber and serious? Question number 16. What is the theme of an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge? Option 1, the South was more honorable than the North. Option 2, if you are determined enough, you can escape. Option 3, there is no glory in war. Question number 17. Which of the following best describes Bierce's writing style? An occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. Option 1, descriptive and realistic. Option 2, simple language with many hidden symbols. Or Option 3, formal and sarcastic. Question number 18. What is Peyton Farquhar's downfall in an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge? Option 1, he is too weak to even try to escape. Option 2, he is too poor to help the Southern cause. Option 3, he is too wrapped up in his delusions about war. Question number 19. Which of the following is not a characteristic of naturalism? Option 1, a belief that humans are at the mercy of an indifferent universe. Option 2, a strong belief in God and His will. Option 3, a belief that your heredity and environment shape your destiny. Question number 20. In the poem To the Maiden by Stephen Crane shows that our blank impacts our blank. Is it philosophy and jobs? The other option is childhood and future. And the third option is experiences and perception. So try to read the sentence out loud to yourself, putting each word in. For example, the poem To the Maiden by Stephen Crane shows that our philosophy impacts our jobs. If that one's correct, pick that one and try putting in the other two and then picking the one that makes the most sense. Question number 21. This line from Crane's To the Maiden, here's the line, to the sailor wrecked, the sea was dead gray walls, is an example of Option 1, allegory, Option 2, metaphor, Option 3, symbolism. Question number 22. Crane's There Was a Crimson Clash of War suggests that war is Option 1, glorious and honorable, Option 2, pointless and unexplainable, Option 3, a necessary evil. Question number 23. In Stephen Crane's To the Universe, Crane is saying that Option 1, the universe is mysterious but loving. Option 2, everyone is special and designed by God. Option 3, the universe has no obligation to man. Question number 24. What is the speaker trying to tell the running man in Stephen Crane's I Saw a Man Pursuing the Horizon? Option 1, to keep trying to achieve his dreams. Option 2, that he can't ever catch the horizon and to stop trying. Or Option 3, that he is a very brave man whom he admires. Okay, that is the 24 questions. Take your time with the quiz. Make sure to save and hit send. And remember that you have two tries. Let me know if you have any questions.